I'm back when I was a child. Oh, blasted shit. Happy Groundhog's Day, everybody. So I guess we have 6 more weeks of winter, but we're still going to go through with the comics. We're going to start with Drew and your movie quote for the night.
Oh, shit.
Okay, this is from this past year, 2017. The world is built in a wall, separates kind. Tell either side there is no wall, and you've fought a war or a slaughter.
Is it the wall?
It is not the wall.
Okay.
The wall is just the metaphor. It's not the movie.
I have no clue. I don't know. Paul, how about you?
No idea.
Anybody in the chat venturing guesses?
We got Cat Run in there, Jockyo, Splash Page. Any of you all have some guesses on Drew?
And Don, the comic book junkie, was the first one in there.
We can move on and then see if anybody answers in the chat. We can come back and you give us your
All right,
answer.
come back to it.
Okay. Hey, Paul, what's your movie quote for tonight?
Let me find it here. I'm actually watching the movie now because it's from 2012. It's probably my favorite fucking movie from 2012. And it's one character talking to another one in a brief respite movie, and he says, "You have my respect. Whatever that means to you, you got it. But know this shit hard. If there ever comes a time it gets down to the morrow and it's you and me, kid, I will lay you the fuck out."
You have to stop.
I don't think that's it.
Was it squeaky, squeak, 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 squeaky, squeak?
I'll give one hint. It's a hockey movie, and it ranks right up there with Slapshot to me.
Oh,
What year?
Miracle.
Oh God,
it's the one with the
Goon?
guy from
Dave's
Goon.
Goon.
Ah,
I would say Cutting Edge, but that wouldn't have been it.
Really?
Goon is such a great fucking movie.
Toe pick.
the chicken cutting is way hot.
If anybody has not seen, see, of course, Mr. Gretzky got it. If anybody has not seen Goon, go watch Goon. It's
Goon is
awesome.
amazing.
You're up, Mike.
I am up. You know, I didn't know today was Groundhog Day, but it is 4 days from my birthday.
Real
Don,
subtle
the comic-
sliding that in there, Mike.
That was very subtle. I
Subtle
didn't
is
even know that was
Grandpa's
coming.
specialty.
That was kind of like surprise butt sex. SS comic readers in the house. Jason Smith reviews from the Batcave. There's a Goon too.
Yeah.
Yes, it came out last year. I haven't seen it yet, but I just saw today that it was out, so I'm gonna.
It's called Goons.
It's called like Night of the Enforcer or something like that.
Area 51 is here. What's up, Area? Mr. Gretzky 9966. Funk off. I saw Cat Run in here a little earlier ago, and my quote is from 2004. Shut the fuck up, dog. Hold on. All right.
Is that the quote?
No. I think he's talking to Kylo.
Okay, so he's got this toy, this hippo, the little chocolate hippo. Looks like a butt plug.
So he looks like a dorm.
He looks like a dorm. This is his favorite fucking toy. All right, my quote is, she gets special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Anchorman it is.
Quote.
I can't let you finish it. I won't be able to stop laughing.
Now he's going to throw the squeak toy to make more noise. Now I'm up. I'm going to see if I can pull this off here. Late 80s, early 90s. I don't remember the year.
You said you're going to try to pull this off. I sense another bad accent coming.
No, not a bad accent. It's kind of a long quote, so I'm going to try. I have my phone set up here. Ned Ryerson? You don't know Ned? Ned the Head? Come on, buddy. Case Western High, Ned Ryerson. I did the whistling belly button trick at the high school talent show. Bing!
I could know this. As soon as you said Ned Ryerson, I was like,
Yeah, I can't figure out what it's from, but I know it.
I know.
I'm surprised that. Oh, there we go. Reviews from the Batcave got it. Groundhog Day.
It was Groundhog Day. Jesus.
That's why
I was looking for
chose
a
it.
quote.
Well,
Groundhog
no
Day
wonder. I
earlier.
mean, it's probably been
Fine.
20 years since I've seen the fucking thing.
Okay, now we've gone. What? Let me go back to Drew real quick. Anybody get your
Yeah.
movie quote in
No,
the
I don't
chat?
think anybody got it. It's Blade Runner 2049. But you have not checked that out yet.
The
Do
newest
so.
one?
The movie's
I-
amazing.
You're the first person I've met who's liked it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it was
me
great.
too.
It's one of those I'm gonna
you
catch
gotta
at
like
some
a
point.
slow burn. If you like the original, you'll like it. It's definitely not a movie for today's audiences. But it's
I
good.
think it was probably too dated. I mean, the original one was kind of like, the
You don't
futuristic.
need to see the original one to enjoy it. It's
You don't think
just
so?
no, not at all. It's a self-contained story. It's a continuation with some of those characters, but it doesn't really matter. It's its own thing, and it was really good.
But if it doesn't have
Beautiful.
Rutger Hauer talking about the rains on Rigel 7 or whatever the fuck it was.
So here's the thing with this squeak toy. Everybody, I know it's fucking annoying. If I take it away from him, he's just going to come over here and bother me.
That's okay. All my reviews will be squeak, 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 squeak.
Mike, just get
Squeak
the
it or
peanut butter back
stash it.
out. It's easier.
Yeah, squeak it or
I'm,
stash it.
I'm saving all my peanut butter for Dallas.
Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, moving on to Drew. What's your first book of the week?
My first book of the week is The Despicable Deadpool 293. Deadpool has a run-in with Rogue. She wants to take him in for his crimes against humanity during the Secret Empire. He wants to talk about how they made out, like right before that happened. And this is a really, really good book. I'm loving this. It's really the only book that's taking the responsibility of including the continuity of the Secret Empire and all of Deadpool's tie-ins there. He murdered Phil Coulson in that period of time. People are not letting that go. He is a character that makes you laugh while you feel bad for him. And this book is a perfect example of that. This is definitely a stash for me. And you should be reading Deadpool if you're reading anything Marvel. This is amazing.
Paul, Squeakers.
Oh, I didn't read that. Nobody else read that, right?
Nobody else read
Nobody
Deadpool.
Okay.
You guys
So
should
I'm
be
moving on to
reading
you.
First off, for SS Comic Reader, I'll just say fuck squeaks.
it.
Get it out of
And
the way.
yeah. Let's see, where do I want to go first? Let's do the one that's gonna get the most conversation going with everybody, and that's Silencer #1. I was really surprised by this book. It was pretty fucking good. The JR art really works. Yeah, I said it. I know I've been hard on him lately, mostly because I've really freaking hated most of his shit lately. But maybe he got off the meth. Who knows? I really dug the story, and the art fit it, and it's violent as hell. I'm looking forward to the next issue.
Mike?
I also enjoyed it. This was close to my pick of the week. What's that movie with Gina Davis where she's...
Long Kiss Goodnight.
That's what this book reminded me of. I absolutely love that movie. I love this book. We get a little of Talia al Ghul in here, so I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep picking it up. Not as much as Damage though. I love Damage, but this is a shut up. This is a this is a stash for me.
Yeah, and I mean it's something new. I mean I don't think this character's ever been out there before, has she?
No, these are all new characters spinning out of Dark Knight's metal. I don't know where, but
I would say this is not a new character. They've recently, I mean, this got moved over from Marvel, so this is Punisher, gender swap, essentially, for me. And I didn't like it at all. I mean, JR did Punisher art in Warzone, I think in a couple other titles as well. That wasn't so bad. I didn't like it here. I hated the bad guy in the parking lot with the cyborg dude or whatever he was, the big biker guy. I just did not like it at all. I thought it was trying to be too much like Punisher. I mean, she has some cool things, like she could silence the cone of silence, to whatever actions happens, had that cone, I guess, stayed in the cone, kind of like what happens in Dallas stays in Dallas kind of thing.
Peanut butter.
But
jelly,
I did not like it at all. So far, this is, I think, 2 for 2 strike out for me for these new DC characters. What about you, Drew?
I just skimmed it, and in saying that, the story really didn't grab me at all. It felt really generic, but it wasn't bad. It was a kind of a middle of the road thing, and the art I thought really worked. There were a few weird looking faces. You'll get that with JR, but I think for the majority sake, the action panels were dynamic, and I liked his rendering of these characters. But it wasn't anything to write home about. And I might go back and reread it and see if I get a different impression from it. But I'm going to say this is a light blast. Nothing about this book made me want to pick up issue number 2.
Unfortunately, I think I ordered issue number 2 because, again, the previous guy comes out 2 months in advance. So I'm probably getting issue 2, so I'll probably end up reading it. I don't know if I'll like it very much, but okay. Moving on to Mike or Mr. Squeaker, Miss Squeakerton.
All right, let's check the chat real quick. You gotta stay quiet for a minute.
Yeah, let me know how that works out for you.
SS Comic Readers in here. Jockyo. J. Rodham 78 says, flip those Thanos number 15s. Davis Comic Finds is in here. Bruzeus is in here. Who else?
What's he talking about? Flip those Thanos 15s.
Funk Off just popped in. Did you get Area 51?
I got Area 51.
Mr. Gretzky's here.
Mr.
Davis
Gretzky.
Comic Finds.
Uh-oh. Paul's taking over from Mike.
He is. He's just...
Yeah, there's all kinds of people in the chat.
I just want to make sure nobody gets missed because this is why we do the show.
I think I got everybody.
So,
right.
Mike,
Yes?
you read Thanos. So is J-Rod talking about? Flip those Thanos 15.
Is that the most recent one? If it's
Yes.
the most recent one, it reveals that the Cosmic Ghost Rider is actually Frank Castle.
That was awesome. I finally read it.
I got to pick that up.
And it's fucking great.
Sold a copy of Thanos 15 on eBay for $31. We also learned.
Oh man!
We also learned that the Silver Surfer is the fallen one. That
it's not only the fallen; it's all of Galactus' heralds.
Yes,
It's like a team of them. It's gonna be badass.
So yeah, it's a pretty popular book. I mean, if just pick up Thanos 1 through 15, the whole thing's been fucking awesome.
Anything that you see with Thanos on it, just pick it up. You won't be disappointed.
All right. Speaking about disappointment, my first book will be Metal number 5. Shut up. I got this cover right here. So this book is even more confusing as usual. In the beginning, we get Barbados and Batman who are talking about unleashing hell, and then we get Superman and Batman talking about how the Forge has gone dark. Deathstroke and Aquaman are chilling at the center of the earth. Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern are becoming butt buddies in prison. And cool thing is Martian Manhunter makes an appearance in this, so good to see him. Then we get a little Wonder Woman versus Black Adam action. She actually gets shot in the head, and it doesn't affect her any. There's so much fucking going on, so much confusion. Yeah, this is a blast, as they all have been.
I guess this is this cover A. I think that's my, there are a couple other covers I like, but I definitely like this one the most.
See, when when I first saw that book, all I saw was the tarot card or whatever it is. I didn't see Batman Who Laughs in the background.
Oh, really? This actually was good. I thought it was good. I mean, still kind of lost on exactly what's going on, but at least I was able to kind of follow some of it. And the action was moving pretty good. I actually thought it's gotten a little better since this is issue 5. This is probably the best issue so far of that Dark Knight Metal run. I definitely loving it more so than ones in the past. So it's a stash for me, this one. And so I'll definitely be picking up issue 6 and complete the whole run. So I'm a little different this week.
Jaccio says, "What's more unreadable, Metal or Doomsday?" And I
Doomsday
say
Clock.
I say Metal.
No.
Ooh.
Oh man. Paul, what'd you think about Metal?
Funkoff asked, "How long is this Metal run?" And my answer, it would be, it seems fucking endless.
Metal is forever.
So I opened it up and I'm reading it and I'm like, it's got cool action, great characters in it. I love the characters in it. The art's pretty darn good. Something just isn't right. I'm trying to put my finger on it. I got it. It's still really fucking stupid. I have I've liked the one-shot tie-ins, but the main storyline is just fucking redonkulously bad. I hate this like I hate calculus. It's my turd of the week.
Wow.
Oh, man. From the valleys to the peaks, because this is my pick of the week. Hands up and back down, and then back up, and then back down again. This book is amazing. I absolutely love Dark Knight's Metal, and I'll tell you guys why. Because not only have we gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues of Metal and that are fantastically rendered by Greg Capullo and confusingly convoluted by Scott Snyder. All of the tie-ins, all of it all together has painted one big picture. And without the tie-ins, this story makes no sense at all. I completely agree with you there. But this is the issue where if you've been reading all of it through Batman Lost, through Hawkman Found, through the casting and the Forge, and all the one-shots, all the tie-ins, it's all coming together. All of this was one plan set in motion by the Batman Who Laughs. Everything is by design. Everything fits together like a puzzle, and if you're looking at a couple pieces at a time, it's not going to make any damn sense. This is the first time I've looked at Metal after reading number 5 and said, I'm starting to see the picture come together. I absolutely love it. I think that anything negative I've had to say about Metal has been because of the convoluted story, and the fact that it's all coming together right now kind of makes me happy and makes me kind of want to backtrack on some of the negative things I've said about this series so far. I thought that Metal number 5 was fantastic. Bringing back Martian Manhunter was great. Wonder Woman being a straight up boss, taking a bullet to the brain and getting back up and being ready to fight. Some good banter between Deathstroke and Aquaman. A little bit more story about Plastic Man and what role he has to play in all this. I love this book, and it's definitely my pick of the week.
You just like it because Wonder Woman got donkey punched by the Batman Who Laughs.
It was pretty great, but no, it's just as a whole picture, it's starting to come together, and I absolutely love what they're doing with this. It's the best thing they've done since Rebirth.
We're kind of divided tonight.
We might not be going to Dallas after all.
I already booked my flight.
Dallas is going to be a fucking fight club.
Yeah, that's kind of an announcement. DruManchu is going to Dallas, so he will be there with the rest of us.
Yeah, it's officially announced it. Yeah. My first book of the week. I'm the one that read this one too. This is Milk Wars Part 1, JLA Doom Patrol crossover. Now, this was on the bottom of my stack to read. I didn't want to read it at all. I was just kind of like, oh god, I just don't think it's going to be any good. I don't know anything about Doom Patrol. I mean, I know they're a comic, but I don't know anything about any of the characters. And I'm not a huge fan of JLA either. You know, the new guy. What they had? Who's in JLA now? It's oh my goodness, Black Canary. Is it Canary? Black Canary. All those new ones, you know, they got during the JLA. Each one of them have their own little single one shot. No, so we have the Atom. We have not Solar. What's his name? Whatever. Firestorm. Whatever he is. Lobo's in here, and Uncle Lobo, kind of I think the Lobo that Paul likes. Let me find him here. Lobo plays the homeowners association security. There he is, right there, Paul. Is that your Lobo?
Fucking douche.
So, this is a wordy book, and some of the panels are really far out there, kind of psychedelic. Because I don't know a whole lot about Doom Patrol. I didn't know a whole lot about the story at all. But Dan, this is my pick of the week.
I do have to say he's smoking a pipe, so he does gain some points there because that's my other great love is collecting and smoking pipes.
But that's the alternate Lobo. The real Lobo's in here as well. So Doom Patrol and JLA end up teaming up to try to take down this company that's making this milk that's kind of altering people's perceptions. Go ahead.
So just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go to Pornhub after we get off here and search for Milk Wars.
I'm sure you'll find it. But this is my pick of the week. It was intriguing enough to keep me occupied through the whole thing, although it was kind of lost a little bit. But it was definitely a good read, and it kept me wanting to read it. So I'm definitely looking forward to part 2 of that. I think it's only 2 parts. I could be wrong, but definitely looking forward to it. It's a stash for me and my pick of the week. So since I'm the one who read that, we're going back to Drew now. I
did want to read that, but and then this is like a trivia question for everybody watching. I saw Milk Wars and the cover, and all I could think of was this mid-80s-ish, I would say, independent comic that was hot for a very long time. Reed Fleming, The World's Toughest Milkman. Who had it?
I had
heard of that.
Cheese.
Oh, it was. I know it was like one of those ones that, you know, they probably printed like 1,000 copies of the first issue, and everybody was looking for it.
Well, with this, you know, and then maybe I just don't see the whole thing yet. It's talking about this milk, the enhanced foods, essentially changing or altering their people's perceptions and stuff. All I think is Milk Wars, you know, because milk has this connotation of being racist now. You know, if you're milk, you know, it's a certain. Everybody else heard that at all?
You're racist.
No, racist. Okay, I'll move on. But I won't explain anymore. Nobody's heard that at all, so I'll move on. I thought it might have had some like racial undertones in there, but it didn't. At least I didn't see them, and that's what my concern was. I think from it, kind of with that. So, moving on to Drew. What's your?
Yeah, I was going to read Honky Wars too, but I
guess. Oh my God!
Instead, I read.
And that's the
Phoenix
show, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 5.
Episode 85, the final episode.
I read Phoenix Resurrection number 5. This is the final story of this resurrection of the original Jean Grey. They go inside the Phoenix egg. Logan has a little chat with her, slices this lady's face open, which is pretty badass. Phoenix kind of burps him out of there. It's you know, and then Jean Grey has a little mental breakdown and some conversations with the Phoenix. It's some good stuff. I like what Rosenberg does with the X-Men. I like their banter back and forth. I think it's entertaining. I think this story started off making little to no sense, and it kind of came full circle and made a lot of sense in the end. I'm excited to see where X-Men Red is going, because this new Jean Grey kind of has the opportunity to rewrite the world how she wants, and decides that no, she's just going to come back and live her life. And it's kind of cool stuff, and I'm definitely going to stash it.
Let's see here. Mike, you read that one.
Yeah, I want to go back. Stop. Hold on. I want to go back in the chat here. They were talking about Dallas and everything up here. So hold on. SS Comic Reader said Dallas is going to be like a WWE Royal Rumble. So here's my challenge for you guys. If we were WWE wrestlers,
Oh my goodness.
which ones would we be? Like, would Dave be Stone Cold? Or I want you guys to figure that out. Don the Comic Book Junkie says, I want to see you guys digging through the long boxes together. And fucking while Paul's digging through long boxes, I'm going to be picking fucking pockets and shit. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Picking their fucking pockets.
Now you're going to be sitting in a fucking strip club throwing dollars at fucking meth horse.
Look, my wife.
Why not both? Why not both?
I get that at work, man. I don't need to go to
But do you throw dollars at them at work?
No, because they kind of stink. So, I mean. Anyway, back to comic books and shit.
Phoenix Resurrection, eh?
Eh?
Super Sons, eh?
Super Sons, eh? This was actually my pick of the week. I loved it. Drew talked about the whole Wolverine slashing the throat there. That was awesome. And just the whole ending where she's just basically telling the Phoenix Force to fuck off. I'm doing this on my own was just amazing to me. So definite stash. Pick of the week right here. Pick of the week for the cover as well. Good stuff. Loved it.
Before I talk about Phoenix Resurrection, I want to make sure that they're clarifying what Mike said. Not just me, the whole panel. Who would be the wrestling name for the whole panel? Not just me. I feel like you're just throwing them out there. That's just me. So Davis Kevin.
I'll probably get Iron Sheik because of the twirly mustache.
And the other part is whatever extracurricular activities these guys will be doing after the con, I will not be participating in. I mean, if it's going to a restaurant, yeah, but I won't be participating in throwing dollar bills. Hate to say that, but
it's all right. We'll get you a bucket of nickels to hollow out these sluts.
You know what his last statement means? LJ's listening.
She might be, and she'll probably pop in here in a minute and go, "Yep, I am." So
you're not going to Dallas.
That might be the next step too. Okay, moving on to Phoenix Resurrection. It's been a great story. This really wraps it up nicely. I do love that interaction between Old Man Logan and Jean Grey in the diner. How he's trying to get her to realize, yep, she's like slowly coming around, but the Phoenix is trying to pull her back away. They're definitely a good read. I did not pick up what was it? Is it Jean Grey? Is that the other title that's tying into this?
Yeah, right.
The only other tie-in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not read that one. I don't know if I really need to, but this series has been great. This 1 through 5 is definitely a stash for me as well.
Mr. Gretzky,
what the fuck? Ted DiBiase.
That was my Godfather. Is it Godfather?
Ted DiBiase's amazing.
He is, but
everybody's got a price.
I think you're up, Paul. What's your next book?
Let's see. Since you did your pick of the week that nobody else read, I'll do my pick of the week that nobody else read because you're all fucking ingrates. Tales of Suspense 101. What a fucking book. This book was crazy awesome. I literally laughed out loud at least 6 times. I mean, the first one was the biggest one. I'm sitting in the middle of a, very, very nice financial services office, and Winter Soldier gives Hawkeye some local food, and Hawkeye goes, I bet this is what Man-Thing tastes like, and I fucking lost it. I'm like literally laughing out loud. This book is a buddy cop movie. It's Marvel's version of Lethal Weapon. The art had a few dodgy moments, but when the story's this awesome, it doesn't fucking matter. I can't recommend the book enough, and I think the outcome of this book is going to have a dramatic effect on the future of Marvel. I mean, it involves certain characters and certain things that I don't want to go into because nobody else has read it, but you need to read this fucking book.
Moving on to Mike. What's your next book?
Oh man, let's do Amazing Spider-Man: Renew Your Vows, number 15. This is part of the 8 years later storyline where the family's actually I think they're at Coney Island, and in the last issue, the Lizard shows up asking for help, and in this one we find out what he needs help with, and there's an underground like freaking zoo that. Hold on, let me turn to the page. I read these really fast because I didn't have a lot of time this week, so I forgot the guy's name. I don't know if he's a new character or what. Here's the underground zoo right there. And this guy, Dr. Krikos, he's the dude with the big top hat and the gun right there. And he's actually catching all these creatures. There's a brood from the X-Men, a mole man, and if you look right in the corner there's even Howard the Duck and Rocket Raccoon. He's got captured, and Spider-Man, fucking Spider-Man and his family actually make him flee, and the Lizard is all happy and shit. And then we find out why he's collecting all these animals, and the big reveal at the end. Spoiler alert: is he's doing it for Mr. Sinister. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is a stash for me. It's been pretty good so far. So
I would just like to say I feel a little better about being Ted DiBiase now that Drew is leaping Lanny Poffo.
I'll catch his frisbee any day.
Okay, I'm up. Let's do my stink of the week, and I think I wasn't the only one who read this one, so with Paul and Mike as well. I didn't even finish the story. I think I read like 3 pages into it, and it's nope, I'm done. I'm not even going to bother with it. And that's Motherland's #1 by Vertigo Comics. Tagging trash and earning cash, multiversing, manhunting with mama. Nope, sorry, garbage. It is trash. As far as I'm concerned, it's my stinker of the week. I said I didn't even finish reading it. Not even going to bother reviewing it. What about you, Paul?
SX Comic Reader says I would be gold dust.
Yep.
That's what Gold Dust does.
Motherland's almost my turd of the week. Almost. It was saved by a large pair of uncovered boobies. But even that could not make this book good. I don't know what they were thinking when they greenlit this, but it was the wrong call. I have nothing else to say. Had boobs. Everything else sucked.
They were thinking, let's put some boobs in this. Sell some books. Some boobs.
Trying to, but it didn't work. What about you, Mike?
Even a pair of gorgeous breasts could not save this book for me. The only thing I got out of this book is like celebrities are like bounty hunters. The art and everything kind of reminded me of old school heavy metal magazines. But other than that, this book was fucking horrible. So blast for me as well. Worst pick of the week right here.
I think what I got out of it was like some cops type reality show where they followed these trackers around, and the boobs looked like implants. So I mean, it wasn't that great.
I mean, that's what Pornhub's for, man.
I thought Pornhub was for the Milk Wars.
Well, that's not been confirmed yet. Stay tuned for next episode.
Route 42.
Milk Wars.
Moving on to Drew and your next book.
All right, let's talk about Avengers No Surrender, #4. We get some look at things going on during this conflict between the Black Order and the Lethal Legion. The Avengers insert themselves into this battle. We get to see things through the Human Torch's point of view. And we get to basically realize that the freezing of Quicksilver was directly related to the unfreezing of the Vision, as well as the explosion of the Human Torch when he touches the object that the two teams are fighting over. So we'll get to see what happens to him in the next issue. I really enjoyed the art in this. The story has continued to be enthralling. The action has continued to be top notch. The villains have continued to be amazing to look at, and I really enjoyed this. This is definitely a stash.
Mike.
Yeah, amazing book, amazing story so far. All I gotta say is the Black Orders in this fucking awesome stuff. I like, I think it's Cannonball who tries to jump in front of Mjolnir and gets his ass handed to him. So
stupid ass Cannonball.
Stupid ass Cannonball. Fucking, I have a blast shield, and he gets his fucking clock cleaned. But yeah, this is not only about the Avengers. It's about the Lethal Legion and the Black Order. They're the game that they're playing. So it's just good stuff. So pick it up. It's a definite stash.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. Oh, that's the wrong book. I enjoyed this as well. This is one of those other stories that's like there are a lot of players in this game. I mean, there are a lot of characters you're following, different areas, but still, it's not too hard to follow. One of my favorite parts in there is when Falcon saying, "Hey, well, hold up, let them kind of battle it out down there," and he yells, "Avengers, observe!" I thought that was kind of a funny line in the book, but it's a stash for me, and I'll continue picking that up as well.
Avengers Observe does not meet the quality of "This is what Man-Thing tastes like."
Well, no, I'm not saying it did. That's apples and oranges, Paul. Apples and
said
oranges.
it was a funny line.
I said it was a funny line. Apples and oranges, though. Opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one. B just got two. But you're going. I don't know where I was going with that. But Paul's up.
This is the last one I was able to read this week. I've got a bunch more that I want to read. I'm going to do Realm number 5. Finally, this is what I signed up for. Everybody's pretty much together, not 8 different stories all over the place. Lots of fighting, blood, guts, and finally fucking magic. Starting to get some ideas about what this whole thing's about. I'm really digging this. Yeah, sign me up for more.
I picked up the Michonne cover.
Yeah. You ever read that yet, though?
I haven't read it yet, no.
Yeah, I'll agree with Paul with that, too. Finally, some big action. We've had a little bit of action here and there, but nothing really major. It's nice to see that big beard guy. Does he have a name yet in the book? I don't remember.
I think they said his like first name, but I don't, it doesn't stick in my head. But I mean, it's nice that they're all together. I mean, that's what pissed me off about the rest of it is you had so many different stories going on.
Yeah, so definitely the stash for me. This kind of reinvigorated my love for the comic. Before it was kind of like waning a little bit, and all of a sudden this kind of picked back up. Definitely pick up issue 6 for me too. And I think we're jumping back to Mike.
Seeking Near Mint Comics is in the house. He said he made it. And somebody, Jackio said,
"Catch up, Jackio. It's good. I like Dave. I started out here and I went, and then
it's me.
Yes, drink your Diet Coke or whatever you need to do.
No, I am good. I'm just gonna keep this rolling. So we're gonna do Detective Comics Annual number 1. Now, I'm not, knowledged as you guys are. Wouldn't this be like a higher number Detective Comics? They had no other annuals back in the day?
This is the first
annual. I think it's the annual number 1 for Rebirth. I think this is the first annual they've done.
Yeah. I think they did Batman annual number 1 last year and Detective. And I don't think they fully understand the concept of annual because Rebirth was 2 years ago.
We've had 2 Batman annuals.
Yeah,
but we've only had 1. This is the first Detective Comics.
Yeah, first Detective one.
First one for Detective, first one for Flash. I'm like, annual's supposed to be yearly. Guys, get with the program.
Yeah, but anyway, this is basically it's the origin story of Clayface, with some amazing art, and this was pretty fucking good. So I have really nothing else to say. It's the origin of Clayface, and it's pretty good. Stash it.
Is it tying up the Detective Comics storyline with Clayface?
No, nothing. Nothing. It's seriously just going back in time and how he became Clayface and his first encounter with Batman and all that jazz. So
I think it's a companion to the end of that story, which I believe ended with a bullet last week. So
yeah,
there's anything else to really tell about that.
From what I've seen, most of DC's annuals tend to be kind of out of continuity, not tied into the current storylines, but I think they're just trying to focus on the Clayface part of it.
No, yeah, I think they're just kind of giving it a retconned origin to kind of fit into what they did as far as the end of the story.
Yeah, that's why I didn't read it. I thought it was a continuation of that Clayface story arc. I'm way behind in Detective Comics, so I didn't bother reading. I have it, but I haven't read it yet. So, who's up? Is it me?
Yeah, here's his first encounter with Clayface Batman. So
they better not be rebooting Superman again. That's what Seeking Near Men says.
It wouldn't fucking surprise me.
Are you serious?
I have that in my talking points here that we were going to briefly talk about that.
Well, actually, I would have less problem with them rebooting Superman to #1 if they went, if they did the Action Comics 1000 and they said, okay, we're doing #1 next, I'd be like, fuck you. Because they have rebooted Superman a number of times. I remember the John Byrne Superman that rebooted in the 80s.
I think it's my last book for the week. Punisher Platoon #5. This is one more to go, and it's wrapping up this miniseries. Frank's, of course, still in Vietnam, or the story is still Vietnam, is told by the perspective of people in his platoon. What happened? We still don't really know who the other guy is in that little group that's talking to him. I'm assuming it's probably Frank Castle is going to be revealed at the end. This is a lot of action here at the first part of it, but they go to retrieve a whole bunch of soldiers that have been killed down in the swamp. They know it's almost like a suicide mission because there's no way, no coverage, no anything like that. They get down there and end up getting attacked, mortared, and everything else. And then Frank end up getting stabbed at the very end of it, and that's how this comic ends. So next one wraps that miniseries up. It's been a good run on it with Garth Ennis writing, and who's the I don't know the artist. Parlov. I don't know.
You having a stroke over there?
I have. Drew dropped out, but apparently he's back. Didn't even know he was gone.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. So Punisher Platoon stash for me, and looking forward to wrapping that storyline up. And I'm the only one who read that this week, so we'll move on to see if Drew has any others he would like to send us a little tale on.
Yeah, I read 3 more books. I picked up a lot that I didn't get a chance to read because of my work schedule this week, but I'll go ahead and do a quick burn through these 3 right here, and if anybody else read them, go ahead and jump in and say something about them. Invincible Iron Man 596. I picked this up. This is the search for Tony Stark. This is the end of Bendis's run. There's a couple more issues left. Still the 2 separate stories he was telling between Infamous Iron Man with Dr. Doom and the Invincible Iron Man with Riri Williams. This ends with a pretty nice teaser for where Riri's going to be going next, and a specific half-blooded hero that she will be accompanying in the future. And that's Blade. She's going to be hanging out with Blade. And
I thought she was just disappearing, hopefully. No.
I love Riri. She's a great character.
Awesome.
Yeah, they need to put her in more stuff where she's interacting with the universe so people can see how cool she is. This book is really cool. They come at her basically and say, hey, Tony Stark's gone. He's missing. All this stuff that you have is Stark tech. So we're going to, confiscate it all. And basically she's like, okay, go ahead, take it. And her mother's like, no, you can't steal my baby's dream. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. And then finally, her mother's like, "Oh, you have backups of all this stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got backups of all this stuff." So she's kind of a cool character, a little bit smarmy, very Tony Stark-esque, and I do enjoy her a lot. So that's a stash for me. Going to keep reading that through the end of the arc. Animosity number 12. She's hanging out with the bees. She's the queen bee. This is getting pretty fucking stupid. And I don't know why I keep picking it up. This is a blast. And I was hoping that story was going to go somewhere, but it's just not. So blasting that. And Jean Grey number 11. This whole Phoenix Resurrection story started in Jean Grey. Number 11 has been delayed to coincide with the release of Phoenix Resurrection number 5. I like what they did with this story. It's really better than the Jean Grey character deserves at this point, her being a retread and a time-displaced character. But they threw a lot of the psychic hosts of the Phoenix at her through her run. And this really wraps up after the Phoenix came back to Earth to create the egg that Phoenix Resurrection has been playing with. And she's been missing through that whole story. And this is where she was and what she's been up to. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to read through it, but I really enjoyed it. And she goes on a really nice journey and comes out on the other end, understanding her role in the universe just a little bit better. So I dig it, and I think you should pick it up.
Real quick, so Mighty LJ finally popped in here. Maybe she wasn't listening earlier, so I think I might be in the clear. She never goes back and watches them.
See now you fucked yourself. No, because
now she's gonna go back and watch it
because you specifically said she never goes back and watches them. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
Watch.
Okay, it's one more view, right? There we go. What about you, Paul? Any last? I think you said you read your last book, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a shitty week, so yeah. She's like, "Now I'm gonna."
Gorilla Todd's in here. Next
week, did Dave be there? I'm not going to Dallas, guys.
Mike, what about you? Let's just get off the subject real quick, okay?
All right, we're getting off the subject.
Valentine's Day coming up, by the way.
Valentine's Day is coming up. You better. I don't know what you better, but
Dave's sitting there going, "Son of a bitch! I just lost my last 2 paychecks."
I have a serious question. Don the doctor, are you a real doctor? Because we're gonna need some in Dallas. That's what I want.
We ain't gonna need a doctor. We're gonna need fucking bail.
Well, I was thinking more for you. You're all sick.
In case you're laid up,
Big
we'll just numb them with whiskey.
LJ. Okay, that'll work too.
Ancient Scottish remedy.
So, Gorilla Todd, never seen you before. Welcome. Go sub up Gorilla Todd. Oh yeah, let's just run through some of my last books here. Read All New Wolverine, number 30. This ends the Orphans of X storyline, and it ends fucking. He said, "No, I'm only a Time Lord." Okay, well, yeah.
We could use that.
I mean, shit. Great stuff. This whole story, Orphans of X, it has been amazing. Gabby, the Honey Badger has been amazing. Old Man Logan, number 34. He's in Madripoor now, teaming with the Scarlet Samurai, who was revealed to be Mariko. Am I saying that right? Mariko.
No shit.
Mariko.
No shit. She was resurrected, and yeah, you got to read it, man. It's pretty good stuff. This is also a stash. I read the Flash War Prelude and the Flash Annual number 1. Didn't do nothing for me. This was a blast, but it is a pretty awesome cover. I also read Invincible Iron Man. Pretty curious to see where this goes with the inclusion of Blade at the end of this. Blade teaming up with Riri Williams. And I also read Jean Grey, number 11. I just want to see the conversation that follows this book between the two Jean Greys. That's going to be pretty fucking great. So
Disney cover.
You're just hoping it ends up in a lesbian thing.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset.
Technically, that's masturbation. Time displaced masturbation.
Time displaced masturbation.
Splash page, no sepia.
Just remember, masturbation is telepathic rape.
Gorilla Todd says, thanks.
Okay.
Just started my channel. Thanks for the sub. So everyone go sub up Gorilla Todd. He just started his channel.
We'll wait. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Sub up Gorilla Todd. Get him 100 subs.
Oh, I already did. Come on.
All right. I'm going to go sub him up as soon as I'm done here.
Getting deep in here. What's that mean, Funk Off?
I think everybody's on a...
Full of double entendres.
I just think if this video doesn't get fucking banned by YouTube, we're not doing something right.
Oh, man.
Are you done?
I am done. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I'm up.
Jeremy Edwards is in the house. What's up, Jay?
I don't have anything else. I have Detective Comics I haven't read yet, and that is it. It was a pretty light week. So I guess we've already talked about all our books. I guess we'll go into a little segment that Mike likes to call
Milk Wars.
You know, I already ate my pizza, so I don't have to worry about closing my camera down. Not paying attention.
Wait, was it a Honky Wars?
It was Honky Wars. Yeah.
Honky Wars, baby. Honky Wars, baby.
Shut your Funko mouth. All right, Funko news this week. For starters, I was able to sneak a peek at GameStop release list, and I saw some of the Smallville pops that are coming out based on the TV show. Any of you guys watched Smallville back in the day?
No, I never have.
No, never watched Smallville.
You can contact Spider Grandpa through me, and I'll relay the message.
Or you could just send me a message through YouTube, or
no, you can just send it to me.
Okay, whatever.
What? Jesus Christ!
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook. Send Dave a message, and he'll relay the message. Or smoke
use
signals,
old hobo signals down at the train yard.
Fucking pigeons. I don't care, man.
Yeah, give the hobo a 5. He'll pass it on to the next hobo. That kind of thing.
Anyway, for Smallville, I loved Smallville when it was on. Anyway, we're getting just your basic Clark Kent pop. Go ahead. Funko said the Lobo Pop looks dope. So the Lobo Pops are starting to release right now. I have mine pre-ordered. I got the bloody variant. So, Clark Kent.
I have those in my LCS this week.
Like the promo photos for Smallville, he was shirtless with the red Superman logo painted on his shirt, on his chest. We're getting that Funko Pop. We're getting Green Arrow from Smallville, Lex Luthor, and Lois Lane. I may be joining you. Okay, never mind. American Gods from the TV show. We're getting Laura Moon, Mad Sweeney, Shadow Moon, and Wednesday. Not familiar with the show. Never watched it. For the Buffy 25th anniversary, we're getting Buffy, Dark Willow, Faith, and Giles. We are getting pops from Atomic Blonde and Bright. Did you guys watch Bright?
I did. I didn't like it very much.
I started watching it, and then I had a muscle relaxer, so that's as far as I got. 10 minutes.
I tell you what, Bright is a muscle relaxer. Okay.
Yes.
I got as far as him bitch slapping the fairy in his front yard, and then I just kind of faded out.
It's an interesting world that they build, but the story is nonsense.
I thought the concept was amazing, but from what everybody said, it kind of sucked.
Well, whether we liked it or hated it, we're getting fucking Funko Pops for it.
That's just about true of anything.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, what are we not getting Funko Pops for?
fucking Slipknot, okay? We're not getting Slipknot Funko Pops.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We are getting Motley Crue very soon.
I'm surprised they're coming out with any fucking band ones with the whole fucking lawsuit with the guitar images.
Yeah, I know. They probably won't have any instruments. It'll probably just fucking be them smoking pot and hanging with
Are we gonna have like Shout at the Devil makeup Motley Crue, or are we gonna have old heroin drunk Motley Crue?
Cocaine psychosis McMars, is that a possibility?
Do you know what pop I want to see? I want to see the David Hasselhoff drunk eating a hamburger in the hotel room.
That would have to be
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it would have to be a sideways, like the hot Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park one.
Jeremy said he died at the beginning of Suicide Squad, though. He's talking about that dude Slipknot. That was.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about the band, though, aren't you?
I'm talking about the band. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
We need Dimmu Borgir and Cradle of Filth pops.
That'll work. Some fucking Slayer, Rain in Blood.
Well, maybe we'll get some Slayer ones now that they're fucking doing their retirement tour.
Maybe.
Gotta make some money somehow.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Probably before
making money. How has Kiss not slapped their shit all over pops?
We're getting Cherry with Terry, Pee-wee, and Yvonne. Nobody cares about Pee-wee's Playhouse. Unless he's in the movie theater.
Playhouse was finally paying attention.
Just as long as you're not talking about Pee-wee's movie theater.
Yeah, that's the pop I want.
We get a Cowboy Curtis pop.
I'm gonna take the fucking Jurassic Park. What's his name? Ian Malcolm. Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm laying down. Fucking, I want you to sign this in hot pink and seal it with a kiss for me.
Where did we go with that conversation? That went off way far.
I cannot say anything that makes that whole thing worse, and that's my whole thing tonight is make things worse, and I just can't do it.
Dave, for you, we're getting Gossip Girl pops.
For me, thanks. I can't wait to get Molly. I don't know her name.
I'm mildly terrified that you could even pull up a name.
That's not. I don't even know if that's a name of one of those pops. That was a pull a name out of the hat. Man.
Great show. I love y'all. And the biggest news we got a teaser of the Avengers Infinity War Funkos. The first wave of them. Picture was shown of the back of the 4 box. So, and you could actually pre-order some of these now. I saw. So we're getting Iron Man, obviously, Thor. We're getting Iron Spider, the bearded Captain America. We're getting Thanos. He kind of looks pretty stupid. He don't have his helmet on or anything, and he's just a normal sized pop. So we'll see. The 2 that I want out of this set, we're getting Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. 2 of the what are they fucking called now? Drew?
Black Order. Children of Thanos.
And Ebony. Children of Thanos, Black Order, whatever, and Ebony Maw. We're getting another fucking group pop. And Dave, you better jump on this one because I know you wanted that first one really bad. Another Hulkbuster. So
another Hulkbuster.
They're coming out with another Hulkbuster for Infinity War. That is it. I did get one Funko Pop this week, and that was an A-OK from Hueys Comics. Go sub up him, and that was to add to my Masters of the Universe collection. My Flock the Mossman Toys R Us exclusive. Smells like patchouli. Thank you, Dave. I love you, brother. Are you eating again?
No.
Any of y'all get anything?
I did not get anything this week. I think I showed the Quicksilver pop I bought last week, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so. Nobody wants to see
Yeah.
Quicksilver
Did you?
anyway.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Sure.
If I didn't, I bought Quicksilver to finish up my X-Men run, the Funkos. So looks like Drew was reaching for something there.
Yeah, I didn't pick up any Funkos, but did pick up the Deathstroke DC icons.
Ooh.
You're gonna make
He
Paul
is pretty cool. I dig him. He does come with the alternate Slade head, the handgun in the holster, as well as the sword in the back here. Pretty
Those
sweet.
little girly man
The
legs.
icons are discontinuing the line, so go out and pick them up if you can find them, guys. These are definitely cool. They're like 5-inch action figures, a little bit smaller than your regular
It's cool. It's a sword
6
comes
scale,
out, though.
but yeah, the sword definitely comes out. It detaches from
He's
his
got
back
little-
as well.
He's got little girly man legs, though.
It's true, but the DC icons are all kind of the same proportions.
They got
So
the
he definitely
same
fits in with the rest of them.
base figure, probably.
I like the way that his costume is kind of the old school style with the cuffs on the boots.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got that nice metallic to it.
It definitely does. It's got if you can see, there's definitely scaling. On
Yeah,
the,
put a scotch closer to
armor
the
as
camera.
well.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to see how close he is for you guys.
Deathstroke in any form is awesome. So
Yeah, this guy's definitely dope and totally worth the
Deathstroke's
$22.
crotch.
I also
hey,
picked up a
you
couple
just
of,
excited Mike about it, you know.
Legends
Oh,
on the
look at this
cheap, some
fucking
old
thing.
school legends. This is White Queen, and also picked up Black Queen as well.
Oh, those are awesome.
Mike
Yeah,
just
got those
updated
for
his,
$10 from the pair. So
Mike
not
just
too
updated
shabby.
His Pornhub want list, you know.
Did you get any
Black Queen,
Funkos
White
this
Queen,
week?
Milk Wars will be in his short search history.
No, I got more meds. That's what I got.
No Funkos for you?
No. Well, I mean, I've got more fun with
Oh, well.
He had fun getting KO'd on all those meds.
well now I'm on 2 different painkillers and 2 different muscle relaxers. So yeah. All good.
Well, Mike, I think everybody has. What are you doing there with your pen?
What?
You don't want to know. You do not ask questions like that.
Don't
How long
swallow
have you
that
been?
cap.
How long have you been doing this fucking show?
So
Shut
I
your
guess
fucking
go to
mouth.
Thank you, Mike. So a couple stories I looked up real quick, and a couple of questions I wanted to ask the panel here. Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer dropped this week. Anybody see it? We'll start with Drew. Did you watch that?
Yes, I did, and I am super excited about this. This is the most excited I've been about Evangeline Lilly since season 3 of Lost. She was the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. Then she got really, really annoying. She was terrible in The Hobbit. She was kind of annoying in the first Ant-Man, and now that she's going to get to kick some ass, I'm a real big fan of Evangeline Lilly, and she's going to make some things shrink, and she's also going to make some things grow.
I knew that was coming. How did I know that was coming? You're going to need 2 extra discs to make it big enough. Paul, what about you?
I did not see the video, and I'm still excited for this movie. I mean, just when I saw the first, when she dropped on Twitter the first picture of her in the Wasp costume, I was like, I'm so fucking down for this shit. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I don't know about everybody else, but I thought the first Ant-Man, all the fucking problems with it and all the fucking Edgar Wright shit and all this shit, it was a great fucking movie. So, I mean, I'm signed up.
What about you,
Ant-Man
Mike?
was so good that without Edgar Wright, that makes me think of how good would that movie have been had he directed it.
And just to go on a little segue here, one thing I've noticed that Marvel lets directors be directors, but because Marvel has their big fucking vision of this can happen, this can't, because 10 years down the road, this is going to happen. What did he want to do? That they said, nope,
I know.
not going to happen.
I think that he was probably against including the Falcon scene.
Maybe.
He was probably against some of the inclusion of the early stuff with Hank Pym, some of the world building stuff. And probably just, he's like, that's not part of my vision. I would assume that they wanted him to put those things in there.
Most of what I've seen from Marvel is they let the director be the director.
Yeah, but you got to play within the parameters of the playground, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's why the Marvel movies are better, is because they have this great vision of, 5 movies from now, this is going to happen, so you can't do this in this movie.
Right. Whereas on the Warner Brothers side of things, they say, oh, here's our sandbox, here's our toys, play with it, and Zack Snyder just was to throw sand in all the other kids' eyes. And they're like, oh,
okay,
wait, nobody's
going
to have fun.
Fuck Zack Snyder. Yeah, I said it. Don't get offended, Jeremy. I said.
What about you, Mike? Do you see the Ant-Man trailer?
I did, and it looked pretty good. Evangeline Lilly's hot. Paul Rudd's his name, right?
Hot. Paul Rudd's hot too.
Yeah. Fucking, he's funny as fuck. So hey, why not? Area 51 asked about what happened to Squeaky, and if you look,
Nope.
down there,
No, we don't want to look below the belt to see Squeaky.
Squeaky is dead asleep. So
You didn't wear him out, Mike.
I did wear him out.
We don't want to know how.
I saw it too. I've seen it a couple times. It looks really good. Looked like they had the same kind of fun as the first Ant-Man, but adding that second hero on there as well with the Wasp. Definitely love that when they're bringing in the end credits at the end of that trailer. The poop, the big A, the big W. I think that really looks awesome. It really looks comic book esque. And I'm really looking forward to that. And that's coming out this summer, right? I think it's June or July. So, next thing I have here is, I don't know if we want to talk about it. I talked about it in the chat a little bit. Bendis coming over to DC and taking over Superman and Action Comics. Drew, you probably have a little more knowledge on Bendis and what he's done for Marvel. Do you think he's going to be a good fit for DC?
Now, when I heard he was taking over Superman, I thought he was taking the main title. Apparently, he's not. Apparently, he's doing Man of Steel. They're relaunching Man of Steel and giving him his own Superman title. So Tomasi will still be holding the reins on Superman, and Jurgens will still be holding the reins on Action. And I think that's a good plan. Give him the opportunity to expand the mythos. Don't give him the opportunity to control it. That's something that will give him something to sink his teeth into, while at the same time preserving the greatness that is Superman post DC Rebirth. I think that as far as DC Rebirth, Superman has definitely been the most improved book since the relaunch, and I would hate to lose that ground. But seeing what he's going to do, basically to expand that, I'm excited.
What about you, Paul? Anything on Bendis coming over to DC?
I got to give him time. I got to see what he does. I mean, Bendis is one of those ones that sometimes I think he's brilliant and sometimes he's fucking awful. I do think that Superman is one of the better stories out of Rebirth, although I would say Aquaman has actually been better. Aquaman really, I think, has been great during Rebirth, but it's one of those things. I don't. There are certain writers that I love all of their stuff, like Garth Ennis. If he does something, I'm going to pick it up. Bendis is one of those ones that I just say I'm going to start reading it and see how it goes, and then I'll decide if I like it or not. He's not. I know some people think he's the second coming of Christ, but sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. So we'll see.
Mike, do you have any input on that at all? You give a rat's ass.
My birthday's in 4 days.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
I
Gee,
don't.
we had no idea.
I had not read a whole lot of Bendis stuff, so I can't really weigh in on if I think he's going to be.
My birthday. Yep.
Everything.
I mean, my main thing is I don't give a shit who writes it. If it's a good fucking story, I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the last thing, has anybody been watching Black Lightning on WB? I have not watched any of it. I know, Paul, you're a big WB superhero DC stuff. Have you watched it?
Way behind on TV.
Okay.
I've been working from home a good bit lately, so I've been totally binging on Criminal Minds, and I'm ready to like put a moat around my fucking house and never let anybody out, because that show will make you so fucking paranoid. But I have not. I've was ready to watch one episode, and then something came up, and I was like, well, I guess I can't watch it now. So it's something I want to watch, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Jeremy said,
yeah, CW, not WB. Sorry, got the wrong.
Reviews from the Batcave said Black Lightning has been pretty good. So
I've heard it's really good. I mean, I've heard good things about it, so I do want to watch it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
I think I prefer BLT.
I've heard things about it from the same people who tell me good things about Gotham, so I have not believed any of those things.
Gotham,
but I don't watch
Gotham
it. I don't
started.
watch any of those CW shows.
Gotham started season 2. Just ignore season 1.
Yes.
Hey, not going to do it. Not going to happen.
Okay.
Funkoff said he just saw The Shape of Water. If you're into bestiality, check it out.
I thought it was a good movie.
Like making it with frogs.
I mean, I'll watch anything he does. So I mean, it's.
So you got his tadpole wet? Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
You got his tadpole wet?
Yes.
Maybe.
I believe his tadpole was already wet. He got it dry.
Okay.
If we're still doing movie stuff, because that was your last one.
Yeah. If you got something else, go ahead and throw it out, man.
I saw a story yesterday, I think. How much are people looking forward to Black Panther? Because Black Panther has broken every record for pre-sales of any comic book movie.
I just don't understand the concept of pre-buying your movie tickets. I just don't. That.
I mean,
just totally...
from what I read, the first day sales broke every record for any comic book movie, and then the total pre-sales beat. And stay with me here. The one that held the record before this was Batman versus Superman. So, I mean, I don't know how high that bar was, but apparently everybody's looking forward to this fucking movie.
I mean, I'll see it, and I'll try to see it opening weekend. I'm not sure if I'll get to it. But like I said, the concept of pre-buying your movie tickets, not like it's a concert. Not like they're there one night and they're gone. You know, you're going to be able to see it next Monday, you know, after it's released. I mean, sure, I guess people who are that big of fans want to see it opening day and want to crowd in there with everybody else. I hate crowding in movie theaters opening night just to see a movie. It's just miserable experience for me. But,
I actively avoid seeing any movie on opening night because I managed a movie theater for 12 years. I hate fucking crowds in movie theaters. So
it's not the first black. I disagree with Jeremy. This is the first black superhero film. We had Blade. That came out, in 97, 98? If you want to call it a superhero movie.
And the first Blade was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I think Blade really is the start of the superhero craze in movies because it was really fucking good.
Right. Without Blade's success, X-Men doesn't get greenlit. X-Men's really the one that opened the doors for everything.
Yeah, I don't think.
As far as
I don't think half the people who saw Blade realized it was a comic book movie.
Well, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
As far as Black Panther, I think that it's being marketed with a lot of cultural significance. I don't understand that.
And that's my thing. I mean, I don't want to get into, I don't want to seem like this, but is this the fact that you're getting all the comic book fans and they're actively marketing this in the African American community? I mean, is it solely that?
I think that's a big part of it. I think that if you're going to, people are going to see it as the first major marquee black superhero since the launch of the modern superhero era. And I will agree with that, and I'll give it that, because if we're going to give Wonder Woman the cultural significance of being the first female-led superhero movie, which it clearly wasn't, anybody who saw Barbarella knows that was a female-led superhero movie. Tank Girl, Barbed Wire. They're Tomb Raider. These are all female superheroes. So I mean, I don't see the problem letting it have its own little self-important cultural significance. Whatever, that's fine.
But
as far as pre-ordering tickets, I love pre-ordering movie tickets because there are premier theaters where you can get assigned seats and you can buy great seats and not have to wait in a line on a Thursday when a movie drops to go,
or those movie theaters where you can get beer and table service and shit.
And that's where I'm going to be when I see Black Panther. I'm going to be eating chicken fingers and drinking a beer in my recliner that I reserved last week.
Well, see, now something like that I could see, but my podunk little town or my podunk little county has nothing like that. We just got rocking seats just like last year. Okay, so we're pretty limited on what we have here.
So here's my other question. So now that we're acknowledging that the fact that they're really pushing this in the African American community, why do they think that the African American community doesn't like Spider-Man, or why aren't they pushing those movies?
It's some they can relate to because it's.
I know, but I mean, it's. I know a lot of African American people who go to all these movies, and they're like, why shouldn't they push it in that community?
I think that the at least the Marvel superhero movies are definitely well marketed to a very diverse
absolutely
people. I just think
I don't think there's anybody in the Marvel community that doesn't know about them.
Right. The Black Panther significance, though, is it's.
And I understand that
he's an African king, and I get some people put that into some sort of cultural importance, but it's an African king of a fictional country. It's highly fictionalized. This is not Africa. It's a space city hidden in the jungle. I think that a lot of people are going to be disappointed that they're not getting an authentic African experience when they go to this movie. But that's just me.
And it's also like you didn't see this push on like the Luke Cage TV show.
No, you're right. That's Netflix, though.
Yeah,
they were basing a built-in audience from Daredevil.
Yeah, and I would hazard a guess that most people who watch Daredevil watch that. I know I did.
Significantly less, but yes.
I didn't like it as much as Daredevil, but I watched it.
Well, it was the worst.
I don't know. I'm an Iron Fist fan, and Iron Fist was not very good either.
But at least something happened in every episode of Iron Fist. 2/3 of Luke Cage, nothing happened at all.
A great soundtrack.
I would almost say, and I'm a Daredevil Electra fan. I would almost say Jessica Jones season 1 was right up there. I mean, maybe
Jessica Jones was the best.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Jessica Jones was amazing.
Well, Daredevil season 2. I think the introduction of the Punisher, the involvement of the Kingpin, all that made that head and shoulders above the rest of it. But Jessica Jones, as far as its standalone character, was probably the best.
Yeah,
I like Tennant as the Purple Man. I thought that was amazing.
And I think Jessica Jones is the perfect example of how to make a slow burn work.
Right. Whereas I thought Punisher was too up and down in its slow burn. It didn't have the same overall feel as a season that Jessica
I
Jones
like
did.
the Punisher in Daredevil season 2 more than I like Punisher in Punisher.
I agree.
See, my wife went to the Rose City Comic Con with me last year, and she dressed up as Jessica Jones. But everybody was saying that she was, oh my God, I can't think of his name. From fucking Negan from Walking Dead.
It's the same costume.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, she was getting so irritated people didn't even know who she was. Oh, but I digress. Anything else on Netflix shows or anything else you want to throw out? Anybody?
Yeah, Alternate Carbon comes out. Was it today or tomorrow or yesterday?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Yesterday, because my wife has watched most of the show, and she said it's
I'm gonna probably get into that at some point this week. Highly
Ultimate Carbon.
Alternate.
Yeah, she said
Carbon.
She called me at work today and said, "Oh my God, this freaking show!"
I'm hyped about that. I think that I just saw a couple movies that were really good. Blade Runner is definitely on that list. I watched Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, which was terrible. So don't see that. And I also watched a non-action sci-fi comic book related movie, The Big Sick, which is a romantic comedy based around the real life trials and tribulations of Kumail Nanjiani, and that was actually pretty freaking good. Recommend it.
I will say about the Altered Carbon, for women who think James Purefoy is that, and B, for people who are offended by full frontal male nudity. If you're part of B, don't watch the show. If you're part of A, watch it, and you'll probably rewind and go over and rewind and go over, and that's all I gotta say.
His dong's out.
Yeah, for about 2 seconds.
I think it's out in Rome too when he played.
I think he did. Yeah. Well, my wife, she sent me a text today, and she's like, "James Purefoy is packing." I'm like, yeah, I saw that somewhere. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Rome, which was a brilliant fucking show. That if you haven't watched it, watch it, because that's the reason for Game of Thrones.
Hit Jane Purefoy's dong?
No, the fact that they were able to get away with a show like Rome.
A Funk Off Carbon dong?
I mean, granted, James Purefoy's dong apparently is a magical thing. So,
you sure it's not a prosthetic like at the end of that movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Okay, now that I've seen it because I saw it in Altered Carbon and I saw it in Rome, it looks
maybe he
similar.
It. You know, some actors keep things from the set. You know, from when they're acting. Maybe
like the female actors keep their merkins that they use because.
Oh, then maybe he had it hanging in his closet, waiting for a day to dust it off and reuse.
Can we check the analytics and see whether our ratings have gone up or down since we started talking about dongs? Because we can all dong talk all the time. I mean,
we have no downvotes at this point.
If we're gonna do that, let me go grab my notebook.
He's drawing a couple real big veiny bastards.
Area 51 asked if anybody's ever seen Snowpiercer, and I haven't watched the whole movie, but I will say this about Snowpiercer: it's one of those either you really think it's a brilliant piece of cinema or you fucking hate it.
I only watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. So we're getting off track here, talking about prosthetic dongs and everything else. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Any last minute things you want to, any channels you want to shout out or anything you want to say, Drew, before we head out for the night?
No, just shout out to everybody in the chat. Real excited that I got my plane tickets to Dallas, so I will be in attendance there. Anybody in the chat or the community that's going to be in Dallas, go ahead and reach out. We definitely want to meet up with everybody and have a good time. Throw back a couple of adult beverages and maybe go see some meat and potatoes too. We'll see what happens.
And Dave
I will not be partaking in the meat and potatoes or the alcohol.
Dave will have a Shirley Temple.
We'll have a Roy Rogers.
Dave will have
I
a
think
Shirley
Roy Rogers.
Temple. We'll tell him to ear muffs, and we'll get him a blindfold.
Okay. Paul, how about you?
My usual thank you to everybody who shows up. You're the reason we do this. And also, if episode 86 is not called Prosthetic Dong, we're doing something wrong.
That rhymed. That's awesome.
I'm a poet and
Paulie's
didn't
got
know
bars.
it.
What about you, Mike?
Big-
Maybe we'll come across a bar in Dallas called Prosthetic Dong. Who never know.
Yeah,
Hey,
and I'm lucky
my-
to fly out of my
Let's
butt.
let's not come across this.
The guy who's going with me, my wife's best friend's husband, he could find some hole in the wall bars now. He's as alcoholic as they come. So,
I would like to say, if anybody can find the book, it's a brilliant book. It's called The Road to Nowhere, and by Jim Atkinson, and it is about how when you go to a bar, you're trying to get nowhere. None of this fern bar bullshit. When you go to a bar, you're going there to get away from it all. And it's a brilliant book. It's hysterical. I love it. Can't recommend it enough. Although
Okay,
probably most of the bars mentioned in the book no longer exist.
I'm just wondering why this
Fucking
guy only
firm
finds
bars.
bars with holes in the wall.
well, it's
Mike and I go to bars where they have heavy metal bands, so it's probably from moshing.
are we talking about a glory hole?
Well,
That's what I thought you were talking about.
that's a whole different story.
Okay.
I think the question is, are you talking about a glory hole?
I am talking. If it's a circle and you can fit something in it, god damn boy. Anyway,
Okay, we have gone completely off the rails here.
big shout out to Thomas Churchill, who sent me the AOK of Spectacular Spider-Man books for my run. Shout out to Dave again for the Mossman pop sitting up there. And that's all. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
Real quick, Junkie Don was talking about, or Junkie Dong. Don.
What?
We had gone
Junkie
too
Dong.
much tonight. Don, the comic book junkie.
Junkie Dong is our next episode. That's
So he's asked us to do a live stream from the con. That is our plan. If we can get Wi-Fi, I mean, I'm probably bring my laptop. If we can get Wi-Fi or something like that, we'll definitely be shooting a live show from the con if we can. If they don't kick us out of there, if we're talking about prosthetic dongs. So real quick, we had a few other new subscribers just recently. A channel called Creature. Another one.
Actually, Creature
I
was
subbed
in the. Creature was in here.
I saw him. I subbed him.
Certified Comic Shop. Let's see here. TJ Watson. Click C for Comics. Nardole Stern, as well as American Yard Sale. All those channels recently subscribed to us, so definitely go check those channels out. And,
Now wait a minute.
What's up?
Funkoff said Vinnie Paul's strip club is in Dallas. Really?
Who's Vinnie Paul?
You're
What?
dead to me. You're dead to me.
Pantera.
Dead.
Give him a break. It's not a patchouli-soaked hippie.
I know Justin
band.
Timberlake
Vinnie
from
Paul
NSYNC.
was in the greatest band ever, and then he
Paul was not in
shittiest
Rush.
band ever.
Sorry, so I'm going to go close it out. Whether you blast it or whether you sash it, happy reading, and catch you next week, and maybe we'll talk about more prosthetic dongs. Later, guys.